Hey everybody, Dustin Dale's back here at the Funny Bone Comic Club, 168th and Dodge, Village Point Mall. This weekend, we've got a guy, you've seen him on the Hughleys, and a couple other shows we're going to talk about for sure. It's all this weekend, hanging out all the way through Sunday. Make sure you come check him out. His name is John Henton. How you doing, John?
Hey, man. What's going on?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm great, man. It's good to be back. Been a few years, so I'm happy to be back. Get a chance to work with Colleen again, so I'm good.
Yeah, Colleen, man, she knows what she's doing, huh?
Yeah, she's cool, man. Always good people. Always good, doing radio, and met a lot of cool people here, so I'm looking forward to this week.
Now, the thing with Omaha, or when you come to the Funny Bone here, is usually they're here all weekend. Do you get a chance to see the city much? What do you remember about Omaha?
I don't get out that much,
No?
man. I'm just pretty much set. I just go and get my little workout on. Get some good food. Unless you might meet somebody who's driving around. They got a few plans, but for the most part, man, it's it's football weekend, so I'm in, man.
Yeah, football weekend.
I'm watching football. I'm good.
Tell me this isn't true. You're a Browns fan?
Look, I'm from Cleveland. I'm not a Browns fan per se. I mean, it's like just being from Cleveland, you got to stick with them. It's like definitely I'm happy that, the Cavs are winning and the Indians are winning. But the Browns, that year they had last year, man, I was like, no, I'm done with them. They don't hurt me anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I used to actually get migraine headaches when the Browns would lose. I couldn't watch games, man. I would go to school the next day. I would go to school sick because of that. So now they lost they only won once last year, and the season didn't hurt me at all. I just laughed, so I'm good now. I'm over it. Yeah.
I've always been curious. I rarely see people from Cleveland, but every time I do, I gotta ask them. I mean, the biggest basketball player in the world right now, LeBron James. He was in Cleveland, then he left. Now he came back. Were you with him when he left and when he came back?
Yeah, I mean he's from Cleveland. I mean he's from Akron. So that's the hometown guy, so I supported him. I mean, it was a business move. I wasn't mad at him. I'm not mad at him now if he leaves again. Nah, it's like, look, that second time, I was with you the first time, but the second time you can go to hell. So
you got your championship already.
But we could have used with the team that we had. We should have got at least two. As long as we waited, we good for like 2 or 3 championships.
Yeah.
So if you just come back and get one and you think you're done, you sadly mistaken. You go ahead on. So
give me a prediction for the Brown season this year.
If Kaiser, we got this quarterback from Notre Dame. He's a rookie, and we got a better offensive line. So hopefully he won't get hurt. That guy might be able to win us like 6-7 games.
Okay.
We might be relevant this year anyway.
50-50, that's not bad.
Yeah, if we can get 8 and if we go 8-8, we're gonna tear the city down, man. It's like after the year we had, it's just like, oh, that's our Super Bowl, so we good. So that would be a major comeback for us.
Now, speaking of stand-up comedy, when you kind of got into comedy, you kind of fell into it, didn't you?
Yeah, some friends dared me to go down to the comedy club. There was an article in the paper. I was working in Cleveland. It was like summer. I was taking time off from the Ohio State University. And I was working at this paint warehouse, and there was an article in the paper about comedy. It was like brand new. And they said the comedy club, the Cleveland Comedy Club, and they said amateur night is Sunday night. So this was Friday. So everybody at my job, I was always clowning around and stuff. And they said, hey, funny man, why don't you go on down and see what you can do? So they dared me. I went down. I've been doing comedy ever since.
Yeah, and the Johnny Carson appearance didn't hurt, did it?
That was big, man, because I didn't have an agent or anything. I had won this comedy competition. Okay. And the talent coordinator, Jim McCauley, was in the audience. So he came up to me after it was like biggest night of my life. I just won like 25 grand, this big grand prize, and Jim McCauley comes up and say, you got the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So that was a magical night.
And then from there, you went on to do a couple big TV shows, Living Single and The Hughleys. What was it like working on those?
I had fun. Living Single, that was my first show. And working with Queen Latifah, working with all these beautiful women. I mean, Queen Latifah, Kim Coles, Kim Fields, Eric Alexander. I mean, it was just like, it was a pleasure going to work every day, just working with beautiful people. Plus, I got a chance to work with, actors like Kim Fields. She had been doing, she had been acting since she was 2. We had great acting coaches. So I got a chance to develop, because I really didn't know what I was doing, so I got a chance to develop my acting skills, working with all these great people. So that was fun. Then I went right from there to doing the D.L. Hughley show, which was fun because I had known him ever since he started in comedy, in L.A. We worked at the same club, so I was just happy to be on the set with him, funny individual, and we had great time on there.
Was that something you auditioned for, or did you get that through your comedy?
The Living Single, I had to audition like 6 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just kept going back. I mean, it was like one of the biggest auditions they had. When I first went there, it was a line outside of the casting office of people waiting to go in to read. So many people. It was like a big thing, you know. And I was like, okay. And so I kept going in, and the lines got smaller and smaller. And when it got down to just me and this other guy, I just went up to him and said, hey, man, you know, I wish you luck on your next project, but this one is not for you. I got bills to pay, man. Yeah. This is my gig. And I took it, man, and that was good. So, and then, like I said, the Hugleys, it was just fun working with DL and this great cast. I actually got a chance to do it. Somebody else was cast in there, and that didn't work out, and DL asked for me. And so, yeah. And so, because I wanted to read for it, but I had a holding deal with another network, and they got me out of that deal, and I got a chance to work on the DL show. So
not bad.
Yeah, great gig, man.
Well, ever since then, I mean, this guy's been on the road, touring all over the place, and he's back in Omaha this weekend. But there was one show I had to ask you about. I mean, you did those 2 shows. I mean, they were something.
Yeah,
but
there was something. But what's the big one?
The big one,
about? Of course.
How was it on Hannah Montana?
Hannah Montana. It was big, man. I had so much fun on that show because I hadn't really done anything for a couple of years, and I got a chance to go on and I played it was like a takeoff on American Idol. So I played this like Randy Jackson character. So I said dog all the time, and all of my scenes were with Miley right beside me. I got a chance to hang out with her, and Billy Ray Cyrus was he was there all the time, and I got a chance to tell him about a joke that I did on the Tonight Show. Uh-huh. I did a joke about him, and I said it was like one of my best. And he was like, oh, tell me about it. It's like, no, it's nothing bad. It was cool. So I got a chance to clown with him for a while. So that was fun.
Do you use that joke on set, or can you give us a taste of what that joke was? Do you remember it?
It was, oh, gosh, I don't even remember. It was so long ago.
No worries.
Yeah.
You might see this weekend. Make sure you come out and see him. He'll be here all weekend long. His name is John Henton, and you can watch those shows. I think the DVDs are up for sale, obviously, but I think you might even be able to check those out on the internet. You never know. Check those out. But most of all, come out to the Funny Bone Comedy Club this weekend. John Henton in town all the way through Sunday. Thank you, John, for hanging out with me, man.
Thanks for having me, D. Appreciate it.
Take care, guys.